Times viewers, Judy Shields here. Today, we welcome rising Texas singer-songwriter Celeste Marie Wilson. Hello, Celeste. I love three names. Let's talk about your three names.
Absolutely. So, of course, my first name is Celeste. My last name is Wilson from my dad. Um, but my middle name is from my mother's side, but not just my mother's side, my grandma's side, and not just my
Oh,
grandma's side, my great grandma's side. And so it's straight through the female side, and we don't get to honor our moms and her heritage that often. So I thought it was cool that I was able to.
well, that's cool. Congratulations to you for doing that and to mom and grandma and all the lineage there. There you go. Where are you dialing in from?
I'm dialing in from Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. What's the weather there in Texas?
Right now, it's
Sunny.
actually pretty nice. It's been hotter than all get out. I'm from Montgomery, Texas,
Oh,
which
wow.
is more the Gulf Coast area.
Okay.
But I go up a lot to Comanche and a lot to Central Texas because it's a good place to play and write. And I love shopping at the boutiques with my sister. She's about to go to college. I'm not
Oh,
ready for it.
my gosh.
She's 5 years younger than me, so it makes me feel old.
You poor thing. What's it like with the humidity down there? To get humidity living down by the
Oh yeah, the humidity's terrible in Houston.
coast?
Awful. Like your hair is always flat no matter what you do.
Oh well. Yeah, here we're out here, of course, on the West Coast in Hollywood, but we've been up in the 90s and we've had a little humidity and we can't handle it. We're not good with it, let me tell you.
Really?
No, we don't
Oh
get
my
it. And when
God.
we do, it's like
That's my sister's dream is to get into Hollywood and stuff and be a director. She does all my photos and
oh,
she's going to Emerson for film. It's like she's on her way.
good for her. Well, maybe we'll have her on the show one day. You never know, right?
I bet y'all will one day.
So, folks, today we've got Celeste here. She has honored her family's legacy with her new timeless single, Marie, being released today, Friday, July 17th. Let's talk about, you said something about the legacy. So now we know why you're named Marie. Let's talk about this song. It's wonderful.
Absolutely. So I actually started an alternative rock music and I was making a switch in genre. And when I was doing that, my mom was like, because we were talking about all the different types of genres I might switch to, like
Yeah.
folk or country, or, do you want to go pop? And how do you see your future in the next 5 years in that genre? I was like, well, I really like the storytelling aspects or between folk and country. And we were sitting there and she was like, well, do you want to do country? I was like, no, I do not want to do country. She was like, why? And I was like, because it would make me so nervous if I did it wrong.
Oh,
And so my mom said, okay, so we're going to do country now. And she was like, why? I was like, because it's such a big part of our culture in America, country music, you know? I grew up riding horses and my dad works in the oil industry and I've lived in Texas my whole life. And,
wow.
it's like, don't want to mess that up. And this was one of the first songs I wrote thinking I'm a country artist. And I told myself if I was going to write a country song, I was going to keep it as true to what it was like to actually live here. And so I started by writing about people, real people that actually lived in the country. And actually, every single part of that song is true. And that way it would give that kind of life to country that it's meant to give. It's a way to pass stories down without writing them. I mean, you know. And so I finally did that. And at first I was like, oh, this isn't gonna be any good. Who really wants that kind of thing? But then every time I played it live, people loved it. Like they would stop me after and go, I love that song. And I was like, well, I guess I need to record it. And and so I was like, well, I guess this is what I'm supposed to do. I guess I'm supposed to be a country artist.
Welcome to country music because that is an amazing song. Yay! I love that story.
Thank you. But I just figured out that I guess the thing that you feel the most scared to do or the most emotional about messing up is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's true. And you're a storyteller, so now you've got the platform. And if this is where your career is going, there you go. You're going up. So how long did it take you to write this particular song?
Um, Songwriting happens different every time for me,
Good.
but for this song, it took probably about 20-ish minutes
Wow.
to write it because it's like once you get the idea, it just like all comes out at once, if that makes sense.
Yeah. How old were you when you first, kind of wrote a song and said, I did it. Like, how old were you?
I was 18 when I first started writing songs. Before
Yeah.
that, it was mainly just poems.
Yeah. Did you used to do like cover songs when you were young? Like songs you used to
I
like?
actually did musical theater.
Did you?
I did.
Oh,
I was in The Music Man
oh
and
wow.
Pinocchio and all sorts of things. And I love, love, love musical theater because it's another way to tell a story.
Yeah. Wow. And so why aren't you on Broadway then?
Because it's so far from Texas.
So you're supposed to say I am Broadway in Tennessee.
Oh, I am on Broadway, Broadway in Tennessee.
There
Oh,
you
I'm on
go.
Broadway in San Antonio. I
There you
played
go.
there.
San Antonio too. We can't leave out Texas.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's a good one. Thank you for all your writing that's coming. So I understand you've got a new album that's going to be coming out the end of sometime in August, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, what's that gonna feel like?
Um, it's gonna mainly it's gonna feel like home.
Oh,
The the way I decided to create this album was I was sitting at our old family ranch. We have an 8-track player. And I'd put in these 8 tracks, all these old 8 tracks, like Elvis Presley when Elvis Presley was country old.
yes. Wow.
And I sit there listening to it and I loved that sound. Whatever it was, I don't know if it was just old or whatever, but it made you
Yeah.
feel like, oh, it was like a warm embrace almost, like I'm home. And so the whole album, Southern American Princess, is trying to kind of capture that old 8-track feeling, that older country feeling with the slide and all the things you would hear, the piano, the pulsing piano, like the Hank Williams piano, all that stuff
Wow.
put in there to have that like old, warm, homey sound.
Well, we can't wait to hear it all. So once it comes out, you'll come back and join us so that we could talk to you. I like to talk to songwriters about each of the songs that they have on their album. So that makes it very special for those who don't know about it yet to find out about it. So we'll do that. Congratulations. It sounds like the country music, especially us older country music fans, are really going to enjoy what you're going to bring us in country music because what you just said is what we all love, the older sound. And there's nothing like an 8-track. Not too many people know what that is, and then they went to the cassette and it was a different sound. It's like watching something on a VHS is so much different than, you're going to
I
see
did
in
that
it.
last night. I was watching a
Really?
VHS tape with my sister, watching this National Geographic on trains.
Wow. It's just
It's
so
so much
different.
fun. It is. But I think sometimes when you're not lacking, but you're struggling to find that inspiration, the best thing to do is find different mediums to consume, you know? Like stop listening to music on your phone for a second. Like do that when you're driving,
Yeah.
obviously. But then when you need like a second to refresh and really listen, find a different way to listen to it. Go to a concert, you
Mhm.
know, go listen to music at a pub or a bar or a honky tonk, listen to it on an 8-track. And the different mediums let you kind of appreciate it in a different way.
Exactly. I mean, when I interview all the country stars that I get to, I tell them the one thing I want is your CD because I still have a CD player in my car. I have a 6 CD changer, and I want to see you live, but you're back there. But I have to pop it in because I love my kids are like, really, mom? I says, yes, I don't want to download it. This is how I listen to my music, and then I put it on my computer and put it on my older iPod, but I said, I'm just Old school. I love to have my CD in there to hear it in my car.
I totally get that. I have a CD player at my house, and I love, there's nothing better than getting a CD and putting it on there and then just being able to like lay in your bed
Yeah.
and read and listen to the CD. It's cozy.
Well, you got it. So this way, when your album comes out, we're make sure we get a copy of it. Is it going to be an album or an EP?
It's an album, it's 10 songs.
Nice. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to be able to hear it all. So let's talk about some of the other stuff. I read here main stage performance at the annual Women's Songwriters Hall of Fame in Washington, D.C. What? Tell us about that. How exciting.
I know that was so they have a competition every year for the to be the ambassador for the Women's Songwriter Hall of Fame, and it's to
Okay.
help bring up younger songwriters. And I went not thinking I was going to win. I just went because I wanted to be in the room with everybody and
Yeah.
talk to people and get to meet other songwriters and make that connect. But I did win. I was so shocked. I didn't even like move when they called my name. I just stood there like mouth dropped. My mom was there like close it. And I had the honor of performing on the same stage as iconic women like Bunny DeBarge and so many other inductees. I got to talk to them about, their life and their journey and how they got to where they are. And oh my, it was a huge honor.
So you're an ambassador for the
I
Women's
am. I'm
Songwriter
the
Hall of Fame.
ambassador.
Wow. So what have you got to do since then for them?
Um, they're gonna have some charities coming up nearing the fall that I'll be at for children's hospitals, and I talk to people about the award show and kind of what they can do to help. A lot of female writers who wrote some of our favorite songs never got any sort of credit because at the time it just wasn't a thing. It
Oh,
wasn't a thing to include them. So the Women's Songwriter Hall of Fame has a mission to make sure that those women who wrote for people like Elvis Presley get the recognition that they earned.
amazing. Well, get the link for that. Put that up in the article. That'll be wonderful to spread that. That's very good. Also, I read here that you also earned a nomination for Best Actress. Here we go, in a music video from the Josie Music Awards Foundation. Tell us about that.
I was so surprised. I didn't even know how I got nominated for that one. I had no idea. Um, but it was for my music video Ever Wanted, and it was a honky tonk, and I saw these people dancing, and I was like, "That's so Cinderella." And then I started writing this song called Ever Wanted, and it's a bit more pop, but I put out like this 80s dance kind of thing, and it was just the Cinderella story, but it was so much fun to film.
How cool. There you go. You had a little bit of some more of your acting.
I love music videos. They're so much fun. I love acting and just any way I can tell the story. Plus the dresses are fun. Getting to pick out
Yeah.
the dresses.
Did you do one for your song, Maria, or are you going to?
Not yet.
Yeah. Do you think you
I
will?
did just have one released for my song Jesus, Tequila, and Whiskey.
I was going to ask you about that. Where'd that title
Yeah.
come from?
Oh, that title came from I so obviously I'm 22 and sometimes I go to bars with my girlfriends.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there and we weren't drinking because we didn't have anyone to drive us home. So we were having Red Bull and like playing pool and stuff.
Yeah.
And um we had never been to this specific honky tonk in Conroe, but we had to sit down and stop playing pool for a bit because they it was like a madhouse in there. Like we overheard people falling in love, falling out of love. People were gambling in the back. I was like, I don't know where we took us. I am so sorry. Like it was like a true rough and dirty honky tonk. Like people
Wow.
were smoking inside, dirt on the floors. And I jokingly said to my friend, I looked at her and I said, because all these people doing it had these giant crosses on, like the metal ones. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's kind of ironic, So I looked at her and I was like, they just are over here having Jesus tequila and a little bit of whiskey, like, something sassy because these are the same people who I know during the day are super judgmental. It's like, oh, I'm all right about a song about this when I get home. I was like, because what I didn't understand was like, how can you be that judgmental, and then you're acting like an absolute heathen at night?
What a great title. I can't believe that just came out of your mouth and then you made a song out of it. You go, girl.
I'm just like, and it happens a lot more than you think. You see those people and you're like, what the heck? They do not practice what they preach.
Wow. That's something. Oh, and you have another song. What else could I need? What else could I need?
What else can I need? That one was actually I wrote it because I was running up on time for my album, and my artist rep was like, my mom and my artist rep were asking about how many songs on the album, and my producer and whatever. And my producer was like, do you think you can outwrite yourself? And I was like, well, let me see. And I was feeling kind of sassy. He was like, go listen to the top 10 and see what they're writing about. Well, I did that. And it was all about exes and money and drinking. And it was like all this stuff that I didn't like. I didn't want to write about. And so I was like, I actually have everything I need. Like just by getting to exist and wake up in the morning and have loving parents and loving siblings and a beautiful home and a beautiful state, and getting to speak my mind when I want to speak my mind and having those rights. I mean, what else could I need? I was like, God has really given me so much. I don't need 100 million men looking
Yeah.
at me. I need what I have right now.
There you go. Wow. Love it. So well said.
Thank you.
And so well written. Oh my goodness, that's great. I also read here about a Christmas project. What Christmas project was this all about?
Project that's going to come out this year.
Okay, this year.
And it is a reimagining of classic Christmas songs, but making them modern. So, like, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, what would that sound like if we could make it play in like the Macy's, instead of it being only an old church hymn? So I've like add like these kind of like bar band sounds and make it more like country rock,
Yeah.
so it can speak to a newer audience. I grew up Episcopal, so we only sang old church hymns. There was there was no new music. It's just like
Yeah.
it's basically Catholicism but a little different. And so, the pews and the old church hymns, and so that's what I grew up singing during Christmas.
Yeah.
And I was like, it would be really cool if we took these old songs that have just as much meaning
Yeah.
as they did then, and reimagine them into becoming this new song that people can love again for the
Yeah.
first time.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We are going to be busy talking to you. Your new album, the Christmas project. I love Christmas, and who doesn't? So,
I love Christmas. You can't go wrong with that.
yeah, that's going to be such an exciting album. So we'll talk about that. Also read here, songwriting carrying on a family legacy of poets, painters, and musicians. What's that all about?
Oh yeah. So my mom is a painter, and my all of my great grandparents and great grandparents, all of them on my mother's and father's side, all the women were painters or poets or singers or piano players, all of them.
Wow.
And so it just there's so I was raised around so many creatives that even though they weren't doing it for a living, they were doing it just because they loved it.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
that's so important. And my mom and my dad taught me piano because they were both piano teachers when they were my age.
wow. Very cool. It's a beautiful instrument to be able to
It
play.
is.
Oh,
I love piano. I play piano, guitar. I was in the handbell choir with my mom. I played clarinet. A little bit of everything. I love learning new instruments.
well, let's talk about Little Dipper Record Company.
Absolutely.
Where did that name come from? How did it get started? I love it.
It came from my dog.
Really?
So my dog is named Dipper, and he's like my best friend. I love my dog so much. We do everything together. He comes to a lot of my gigs.
Oh,
He's so sweet. He's just Aussie, and he doesn't mind Like he doesn't care about anything. Like the world could be exploding and he'd just be asleep. Like
They're great dogs.
they really he's so sweet, so calm, and he just loves, he's a great car rider. He rides all the way to Nashville with me and back
Wow.
and doesn't complain.
Wonderful. How old is he?
Like he's 4 years old now.
Oh. So you had him since a puppy?
Yes.
Oh, so he is your buddy.
He is my buddy. He's my buddy. He's so good. I'm like, I my whole life I was like, oh, I want a dog that will just go everywhere with me. And then I finally got one.
You'll have to
So
send us a picture so we can put it in our article. That'd be lovely.
yeah, I'll make sure to do that. But he is
Yeah.
just so, he's such a good dog. And so I named my record company after him because I thought it was cheeky because it was like, well, my name's Celeste and my dog's name is Dipper. And so then it like keeps with like the star theme, and I thought that was kind of cute. And I made the company when he was still a puppy. So I named it Little Dipper because he was little, but now he's 50 pounds. So he's kind of
Wow.
the big Dipper. But he was supposed to be a mini Aussie, but I don't think he is.
He got double the potion. Became a big dipper. He's a
I
big
think I
dipper.
just fed him too much because he
Oh,
just kept growing. And we made that so that I could, when I negotiated, I'd be able to own my masters and everything, and I could have my record company. And then I'm distributed through Selecto Hits and Sony Orchard, and they're both wonderful, wonderful. Everybody on my distribution deal is absolutely wonderful to deal with. They're just like, I couldn't have asked for a better contract.
good for using your brain and making things your own. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Very good. Well, let our viewers know your social media. How do we find you? How do we get your music?
Absolutely. They can find me on my website, celestemariewilson.com. Oh, wait, celestemariewilsonmusic.com. And then on my social medias, it's all just Celeste Marie Wilson.
Okay. Very good. Well, we'll put the link up and we appreciate it, you talking with us here at the Hollywood Times. What does Celeste do for fun besides
I read
poetry?
a lot. I love reading. I'm
You
a
do?
big bookworm. Right now, I'm reading this book called The Midnight Train by Matt Haig.
Nice. I'll have
He
to look
wrote
that up.
this, yeah, he wrote a book called The Midnight Library, which is kind of like the first book.
Okay.
And it's so good. Made me absolutely cry.
Oh, I love a good cry. Love it.
I love a good cry too. I love to read. Love it so much. And
Yeah.
then I grew up horseback riding, so of course that's something
Oh, me too.
love. I love it so much.
Sounds like I'm gonna have to come out and visit so I can go for a horse ride.
I know.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to reach out to Hollywood Times. We will be putting this interview up on our YouTube channel, the Hollywood Times Official, and also in an article. Thank you so much for taking the time, and we will be talking to you soon about the new album and Christmas coming. We're gonna have you on the show a few times, sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time to interview me.
Oh, it's like talking, you're a beautiful young woman, but you have the brain and talk like that of a 80-year-old woman. I mean, you're just
I
blessed.
know. My mom says I was born 40.
Yes, she's right. I mean, you've got so much knowledge and keep giving it to us on your wonderful songs because Marie is just a beautiful and a great country song. And welcome to country music.
Thank you.
And we
Thanks.
will talk to you soon.
Absolutely. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.